By the way, so on SNL, when you've hosted SNL for 5 times, they give you a jacket.
Do they?
I'm now at 4. I'm just saying.
Are you at 4?
4.
Are you really?
I'm 4. This is my 4th time. I'm expecting a jacket, you know, the SNL band.
You're 7 years in business. Have your sales gone where you want them to go?
I am ambitious. There's a track. I'm not. Every year I set a lofty number for no other reason than I work backwards. How much do I want to, what quality of life do I want to achieve, and how I pay for it. And then I target the sales numbers. And, you know, obviously the first 2 or 3 years, I'm not there. I'm just humping. But as I move along, I've seen a 40%, 43%, 38% growth year over year over year. This year we're a little bit off that number, but there's still growth there. And I'm wondering, why? I don't know. How much can I do? How much energy do I know we talk about 20 phone calls a day, every day, and I've fallen off that habit, and it bugged me. But at the same time, I'm dealing with things that are all day long, so I can't do that.
Right.
And that's where hiring maybe a full-time salesperson or another installer, and I can go back to what I want to do, which is full-time salesperson. Somewhere in the middle, there's a balance.
All right, but are you bummed?
My numbers are my numbers.
You're growing 35, 40%. This year, did you grow 40%?
My year is
do you want
July
it?
to July. It's uncanny. It's fun. It's
But do you want to grow that?
I do want to grow to a size where I don't have to hire 100 people. I'm relying on people that I work with, and they can rely on me, and there's growth.
Well, you have no choice. You either go up or go down.
Well,
there's no staying the same.
So I have no problems marketing and growing and bringing on accounts one at a time and saying no to bad business. So there was a large bid that came out. I nurtured for a while, and then they said closed distribution product. Nope, don't want to do that. I could have negotiated, but no, I don't want to work with a closed distribution because now I sacrifice one of my major principles, which is I'm now working for a manufacturer. I'm not their employee, I just have an obligated thing. I picked up a brand new product line and I went back and forth on the dealership agreement because they said, you're obligated to hit these numbers. My response to them was, well, what happens if I don't hit those numbers? Well, don't worry, we won't terminate it. So my answer in the contract is, if I don't hit those numbers, regardless of whether you terminate or not, I am not responsible for the numbers I don't hit.
Right.
And they were like, I've never seen anybody respond in a contract like that since we've written it. Well, you should have had a lawyer write a better contract.
Have you ever come to a point in your growth where you've run out of money? I've grown beyond my cash flow.
I know. You mentioned that. I haven't grown beyond my cash flow, but I'm popping along.
Sorry, my
receivables aren't 90 days, aren't 120 days. We've had this conversation.
But
I fight like tooth and nail at 45. I'm on the phone to whoever I have to be on the phone with going,
is the only reason you haven't outgrown your cash, like, you know, beyond your cash flow, is it the only reason you haven't done it because you're a proprietor and you can afford to take less of a paycheck?
Exactly.
If you were taking $150,000 permanently, always stuck in another business.
Yeah, that wouldn't work because the money's not there all the time.
Right. So you have outgrown your cash. You just chosen to live with it.
I am managing my cash flow. I'm managing my resources. I'm managing my spend.
Because, by the way,
and thank God I bought this trade show in June.
Because I have a theory that once you pass that 20% growth mark, you're actually outside your cash flow.
You might be. I might be, for sure. I know.
Because you'll be back on the show again in 4, 5, 6 months.
Yeah, I need a jacket though.
Got it. I'll make sure. I will get you a sweet jacket.
Oh, you have a sweet clothing.
I have sweet jackets.
Absolutely. It doesn't have to be pink and green because that doesn't work.
No, but you can do the master's jacket, right? But I would like to know. I would like you to go pretend. I would like you to run a separate set of books for you that puts you in $175,000 a year permanently, and a car allowance and all the stuff. And I want you to tell me if you run out of cash.
No, in a heartbeat. The business is ebbs and flows, strong months. Alarm monitoring is a reoccurring revenue that pops in along the way, but it's never consistent the same.
It's the growth.
The capital
projects. But it's the growth that kills your cash flow. It's the growth that makes you not take your paycheck.
Until
when you slow down, is when you get your money as an owner, not when you speed up. Growth kills the owner's paycheck.
We've had that conversation.
Slowing down makes the owner's paycheck.
We've had that conversation, right? The receivables, where's my money? It's in my receivables. Oh my God, I'll never get to spend my receivables.
Yeah, it's funny that
it's an interesting challenge.
Michael from REM Window Washing, who was on my show,
right,
literally borrows off his receivables all the time and extracts all his cash out. I wish I had the courage to do that.
Who does he borrow off his receivables?
From banks, from financial institutions.
So
it's
he's
not
factoring.
Quite, no, he's not quite factoring. He's just using a line of credit to manage everything. And a big line of credit. He got the bank convinced to take it all on. Saying that, I don't have the balls to do that, so I live within my own cash flow, and I do what you do and
You're
go.
fearless. You obviously have a hesitancy towards it based on your past experiences for
Sure.
30 years.
Yeah.
You don't want to be stuck with needing that capital for something else and knowing it belongs to the bank. I won't bid. If I have to go through a long tender process where I have to do plans and CAD drawings and everything else, and I'm bidding against 8 other companies, I might as well buy lottery tickets.
I tell so.
You told me that back in year 1.
I did, yeah. I don't bid jobs if there's more than 3 bidders.
There was 8 bidders around the table, and there's one guy who was leading the project, and I thought, this is great, I love the project. And I walk in, there's 8 people there, 8 different companies. I'm looking around. Okay, who's doing this project? Oh, he already got that business. Bing, 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 red flags. So what are we bidding for? We're bidding for this piece and this piece, but he's already got that piece. Why didn't you bid for that? No, he was already here, we just bid it. Okay, so he's your preferred vendor. There's 8 of them there, thank you very much. Kept my mouth shut. At the end of this seminar, at the end of the walkthrough,
Do you think people pick who they want to use before they get the bids?
Heartbeat, absolutely.
We do, I do. I mean, sorry, we do, I do. When even my own vendor supply chain around me, I pick who I want to have the job before they even send their price to me.
Of course, and if their price is too high, can you give me a little 10%, a little bit more? Some people are trying to change that, but at the end of the day, who are you going to call at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Your friend, the guy you like.
The guy who
that answers his phone.
Came a nickel short, who doesn't know you. You paid me. Why am I coming back? Screw you. You want to call the guy who's going to pick up the phone and roll to you because he's demonstrating gratitude and appreciation for the work you do. You earned the right to do that work.
Yeah. Yeah, I think clients all pick before they open the envelopes.
And not all of them do, but the smart ones, the long-term guys and gals know exactly the right way to do business. I'm not saying that they're being gouged or that there's an extra spend. There's a price circle. There's a price circle. They're in the middle of that price circle, at the bottom end of the price circle, the top end. They've earned the right to charge what they want. And if they look at it, what is the intangible? The intangible is the phone call at 2 o'clock in the morning. Can you help me? Before I took our meeting, I saw a text. I said this earlier. I called the tech. Don't come to me. Go there.
I don't think there's anything wrong with going to. Listen, I get 3 bids for stuff. Remember, we do millions, right? And I go get 3 bids from 3 suppliers, and I happen to like one guy. And for me to go, I'm not looking for him to rip off or hide or whatever. I go to my favorite guy that I really love, who would always answer his phone on a Sunday afternoon or fucking 2 in the morning on a Tuesday, and go, can you do me a huge favor? Instead of being 104,000, can you be 92 or 97 or find that different? I just need you to be in this area. I only want to work with friends. I don't want to work with people I don't like. I don't want to work with negative energy. I don't want to work with people that may not answer my phone at 2 in the morning.
So the other side of the coin. The other side of the coin is I got a phone call from a guy. I've tried to earn and bid for his business, and I've done a great job, and now he gives me the phone call. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to lower the bid on this project by, it was a small project, 10 grand. Right. You're going to lower it to 9,500, and you're going to sell me cameras for my home. We're going to build a third company, but you're going to do it at this price. I said, okay, where's the $500 going to come from? Oh, you're just going to eat it. What? He said, you're going to just eat it. I don't know you well enough to just eat something and not give up my margin for the sake of doing your business. I want your business, but I want to be able to do it at a right number. Why should I?
It's not a race to the bottom.
It's not race to the bottom.
It's not a race to the bottom.
It's not. But this
and
guy
Doug's in the lead. He's almost at the bottom, heading into the grave.
Wait a second. He's going to make $1. Okay, you're going to make 50 cents. That's it. That's all I want to pay you. No, you're not worth it.
Yeah, I don't race to the bottom, and I don't.
You know,
I don't race to the bottom,
and
I don't like to work with people that are negative.
Great.
Those are my 2 big mandates. I look at people all the time. I'm not here to lose money. I often say, and I get in trouble for saying it, and we're going to cut this out, perhaps, and I've said this to other guys.
Perhaps.
I've said this to my sales staff. I don't mind fucking my client. I don't want to rape them. And they go, oh, and I go, everybody's happy after we have sex. I'm okay with fucking them. I just don't want to rape them. I don't mind taking their money. I don't mind taking their money.
That's an interesting way of expressing
everybody's got to be happy when we're done. Everybody's got to be happy. You got to be happy. I got to be happy. We all got to be happy. And if somebody's not, whether it's the buyer or the seller, if somebody's not happy, there's a problem.
Right.
Business, you know the old saying where they go, if both parties are unhappy, it's a good deal. No, bullshit.
Why are you doing that kind of business?
Yeah.
Unless you're in the rape and pillage business.
Well, okay, right. Unless you're in divorce court. Right?
Exactly, and then nobody's ever happy.
But nobody's ever happy.
And nobody wins except for the fact that they don't have to be winning or lying beside that guy. And they're going to be angry as hell. There's all sorts of great examples in the 30-plus years of doing business of when you meant with good intentions to go deliver service and it went sideways. And at that point, you said, look, I got to figure this out going forward. And they either agree or don't agree to continue to work together. And then you have
well, the truth is you're going to screw up. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to be a bumbling idiot. You're going to leave a job site with something undone.
We are human. And I own our humanities. I'll reach into my own pocket to fix it if I did something. But if it's an electrical transformer that took out a whole bunch of cables.
So you got your son here?
Yeah, it's cool, man.
How old is he?
He's 18. He's going to be 18
What's
in
his
May.
name?
David. Handsome fella.
Grade 12?
Grade 12. Getting good GPA, playing basketball, starting on the basketball team. It's very cool.
Are you playing basketball?
Not anymore. I gave it up. I can't afford to roll an
ankle.
You
love basketball.
I totally love basketball. Now I go to the gym. I have a trainer. So from here up, I'm really strong. From here down, I'm working in the kitchen.
You going to the Raptors games?
I haven't been yet. I'll get there. I'm sure a couple of games will be of interest.
Are you going to the BOMA lunch or the TCA lunch,
BOMA.
the IFMA lunch?
BOMA. Yeah.
Do you know the Colliers is having a big Colliers thing here in the main theater in the North Building?
Are they?
Okay,
good
so
good for John Duda. Had to be Johnny.
Alex
you know
Byrne.
we met? Did you hear how I met John Duda? It's the funniest thing
okay,
last year.
Can I tell you about John Duda?
Yeah, you can, but after I tell you how I met him.
Mine would be 2 seconds. Way before he became a bigwig.
Yeah.
I called him John Duty.
You are such an asshole. Go ahead.
This is years ago, like years and years ago. He never talked to me ever again, eh? And never will talk to me ever again because I called him John Duty.
Well, you don't make fun of something that they've been with all of their lives, of course. So here's how I met John. We just won the contract to do the card access system for 120 Bloor.
Yeah.
We did a great job on that.
For
and
Colliers.
I'm working for Colliers. And this time last year, I walk out to grab a coffee, and I'm standing in line. I turn around, and I see the name tag, but not the name. And then certainly the name doesn't say president of the company. So I turn around, Colliers. I know that company. Great company, well managed. I like Esposito. I like all the guys, I mentioned a bunch of names. He starts to laugh, and he turns to this other guy who's with him. He said, this guy's not a plant. I said, of course I'm not a plant. My name's Doug Macy. He goes, I'm John Duda. I said, great. And what do you do, John? He said, I'm the president of the company. Oh, it's great. Nice to meet you. Here's my card. He's not a plant. I'm told that he went out at least for the next month and told people about this random interaction with a contractor
who didn't know who he was.
Didn't know who you were at all.
I like that, though. I don't think you should have that anxiety when you're meeting somebody from a different payroll place or a different, right?
Why? I mean, we all put our pants on one leg at a time. Some of us jump in with
all right,
2 legs and fall flat on their face. This
not even stupider. Who's the guy who did the Run with the Wolves, Waterworld? What's the actor?
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner. So I'm in Aspen skiing.
Yeah.
And
he cut you off.
No, not at all. So this gets good. I'm in Aspen skiing when they're there for the food show. This is a long time ago. He sits down and drinks beer with me, and he's got a big beard on.
Sure.
Like, I mean, big beard, right? And his hair, he's got a ponytail. He's 60-something odd years old. This is 10 years ago. Anyway, he sits beside me, goes, and literally right beside me, in a long, we're outside a pattern. He goes, do you want a beer? Because the girl's standing there.
Right.
And so he's like this. So I'm not, yeah, sure, because it's a big, long trophy table.
And you're probably talking to other people.
Yeah. So he orders me a beer, and the beer comes, he sloshes down. In comes a Harley. It's Mark Scorsese, so I can't say,
Martin Scorsese?
Comes in on a Harley in a jacket with his big fucking black glasses and sits down across him. Okay, so I'm totally oblivious.
Do you know who Martin Scorsese is?
And some kind of producer or something. So he sits across from Kevin, right? He walks up, Kevin, fuck, how you doing, blah, sits down. Kevin's like, By the way, I have no idea it's Kevin Costner.
Right.
And he's talking about the farm he's looking at on the side of the mountain because he's there to buy a farm.
Right.
So blah, 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 blah. We finish an hour and a half later. He gets up. We're all getting him to go because the sun's going down. It's getting a little cold. The next morning, and by the way, he's with a huge posse.
Sure he is.
But it's a food show, and there's stars everywhere that I didn't know.
Of course.
The next morning we get up, go to breakfast. Guess who I'm having breakfast with? Kevin Costner. So now he's
how are you?
Now he's inviting me over to his table. Hey, yo, Tim, come on over and sit with me. But I still don't get it. Okay, so I'm literally like,
That's
Kevin.
funny.
I said, he says, I'm Kevin. I'm like, Kevin, I got a brother, Kevin. No, like I totally got it out.
Al Noor.
Not a clue.
All right, buddy. Do you know Tim?
Maybe a little. How are you? Good. You look good.
He always looks good. He eats well, very well.
He's still at 907.
901 King.
901 King. I say 907,
West.
901. Yeah, yeah. Who owns that building now?
It's a Crown property.
Is it Crown? Crown's a
They
hustler and shaker, eh?
They have an awesome business model. They take a building.
Gary
that's-
Summers, eh?
He used to be a property manager, then he rose through ranks, and he's doing a great job. They take properties
the
that are
man.
underperforming, and they make them fully occupied, and they get them into
Gary
perfect
Summers
work
is the
service.
man.
He's doing great work. We're very grateful to be
I
working
remember
with a couple
when
of
he
properties.
used to be
Love to
squirt-
work with a few
I
more, though.
remember when Gary Summers used to be squirting the Purell in your hand in the bathroom at the Royal York.
You do not.
No, I don't.
No.
It's totally true. I have no idea that he did that.
He did not do that.
No, he didn't. No, but I thought that was really good that if he squirted Purell in your head. Do you know who Joe Laxton is?
Joe whom?
Laxton.
No.
Joe Laxton was the he was the director of facility management for Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment.
Okay.
Left there, worked with H.H. Angus, ACML, for the Cadillac Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment portfolio. And now he's at Downsview or something now. I don't know. He's a friend more than he's a thing. But he's texting me while I'm talking.
Yeah.
So I catch on because my phone was sitting. I could catch on. He's like, "Hey, idiot, you sound stupid." Blah. And then I catch on about him being an alcoholic and being on cocaine. He's literally ready. Stop! Shut up! You're an asshole! Shut up!
I'm none of those things. Of course.
I'm like, you're on coke. Right?
Just because you say it here doesn't mean it's truthful.
Oh, half the show's for entertainment purposes.
Absolutely.
Purely.
And yet at the same time, you get to the real intimate moments of truth. There's a nugget in here that we've shared. There's also a moment where you can actually feel like there's great energy.
Do you know when I said that to Kevin Duda, right? When I made fun of his name that time, I was actually embarrassed at myself that I did after I did it. Humiliated with myself because he literally got mad.
He probably felt very offended.
I did it in really good fun, but literally, and this is going back fucking 20 years
Forever,
ago.
sure.
20 years ago. But he's never spoken to me again because I literally made fun of his name.
Why would you give a guy a second chance? But at the same time, I'm sure it's not even on his radar, his memory, because there's so many other things. He's not selling you that piece of real estate.
Let me tell you about David Gervais. Phil Love. Do you remember Phil Love?
I remember
God bless
the name,
his soul,
sure.
right? Phil Love was the vice president of solar window washing with Roger Stanley. He passed away from cancer 12 years ago.
Sure.
Phil Love sends me a picture of David Gervais with a Gerber's baby bottle and the baby on the baby girl, and tells me that David receives royalties for being the original Gerber baby.
He is not. Is he? It's a joke. Okay, continue. I'm so gullible with this kind of stuff.
I call David and fucking go, holy fuck, why the fuck are you working if you're getting the royalties to be the Gerber baby on the bottle? Never again did David Gervais ever talk to me. He told me that I'm spreading rumors about him, that he's sick and tired of hearing this bullshit. He's fed up, and he hung up on me. Now, I didn't start it. It was passed to me.
Yeah, but in the moment, he probably was having a bad day, and this was one more piece of shit on his desk.
You know,
he didn't want to deal
and
with.
Tim Byrne has no fear.
Of course he doesn't.
So, but literally, he doesn't talk to me anymore. And he literally screamed at me about it and hung up on me.
And you gave that piece of real estate to him, too? You know what? On this forum, I'm sure that they would receive your apology, recognize that you had an idiot moment, and let it go. And though for those people that can't let it go, it's their loss. I find you to be an amazing human being. I don't agree with everything you do or how you've done it.
I don't think you should. I don't think anybody should agree with anybody. I think that's.
But my regard and fealty and respect for you is huge.
You know when you talk about inclusion and everybody should be the same and they want to homogenize society and
Don't.
men and women should be the same and and blacks and whites, yellows, green. Everybody needs to be the same. Everybody needs to make the same amount of money, same rights, same privileges. Same.
Don't confuse socialism with social acceptance.
Right. Fucking, that was well said. That was a brilliant line.
Right.
And you're right.
Right.
That's what's driving me nuts about the whole thing.
So